Just the entire country counting down to the D-Day of viewing the hybrid eclipse here in Pakwach. Very many tourists are streaming into this very district to have a glance at what is going to be taking place tomorrow here in Pakwach. But of course, there are so many people, many tourists from all over the world and also within the many different parts of the country. But I have one of the eclipse chasers, the man who has been doing this for the last 6 years or 7 years?
About 8 years.
Yeah, okay. This is Aaron. Could you tell me why have you chosen to come to Uganda at this particular moment?
Well, I wanted to see the eclipse, and I could have chosen other countries like Kenya, but I was more interested in visiting Uganda. It's a little more off the beaten track, and there's the gorillas, and I wanted to come here, and here I am.
Another thing, you as someone who has experience in this whole field of eclipse, what kind of eclipse and how special is this one that we are going to experience?
Yeah, so this is a total eclipse. It's something that it's not that rare. It happens maybe every year and a half somewhere in the world, but it's a small area. And so you have to travel to see it. If you stay in one place, you probably have to wait your whole life. You'll never see it. And yeah, so that's why I came here to see it.
So is it true that Uganda has the best view of all this in the entire Africa or in the entire world for this time?
Yeah, honestly, that's debatable. A lot of people are going to Kenya as well, and some people say Kenya is better. I think it's not a big difference. And Uganda in Kenya it's a very remote area. In Uganda it's much easier to access the area. Also it's near the Murchison Falls Park, so it's a good choice, I think.
At the same time, could you tell us the eclipse, you say now that Uganda has experienced these ones, when should we expect to have the same kind of scenario of eclipse?
In Uganda? I don't know, but probably it'll be a long time, maybe in hundreds of years.
Can it be only 100? Is it quite exact? Like, can we say 100, 150?
Yeah, I mean, you can find for any particular place. I mean, there's websites that you can go to, and it will tell you. You put in the location, it will tell you when the next one is. But I don't know specifically, so it might be that there's another one in 20 years, or it might be 1,000 years. But on average, somewhere in the world, it will experience an eclipse on average once every 400 years. But it depends where.
One every after 400 years?
400 years on average.
On average.
Yeah.
So, and then could you tell me, you've been doing this for a long time. How many have you chased?
So I've seen 4 total and 4 annular eclipses. Sometimes it's cloudy. One total eclipse I went to in China, it was all cloudy. It got dark, but you could not see anything in the sky because, it was almost going to rain. But the weather here looks pretty good today, so hopefully tomorrow is the same and everybody can see it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem.
Good. And then in terms of safety, is it really like, can you see it with your own eyes?
Yeah, that's a very important question. So during totality, which is only like 20 seconds, you can look at it with your own eyes, no problem. But before and after totality, like even 1 minute before, 1 minute after, it's very important actually not to look with your eyes. You can damage your eyes, just regularly, just in normal. You don't want to look at the sun. And during the partial phase of the eclipse, also you don't want to look at the sun. You can get, I don't know if they have here, but you can get these like eclipse shades or some other kind of method to protect your eyes, but you have to be careful. And then during the eclipse itself, the short 20 seconds when it gets dark, then you can look at it, and that's what people come to see.
So where is your next destination for the eclipse?
That's a good question. I don't know. There's an eclipse in 2015 in somewhere near like Iceland and Faroe Islands, but I think the weather prospect is very bad there. So I don't know if I will go to that one. I know in the United States in 2017 there's going to be one, and I will be sure to see that one. Many people I think will see that one. That's a very easy one to get to.
So at the end of it all, what exactly do you try to gather in? Are you just enjoying the beauty, or there is something or research that you're trying to compile out of it?
No, I'm not doing any research. It's more just the fascination with, with the eclipse itself. Not only with, okay, there's 2 things. I mean, there's just the fascination of you have the moon and the sun, and they cause the eclipse, and it's, just the geometry of that, but also the phenomenon. I mean, how will people, whether it's local people or the tourists, how do people react to it? And if there's animals around, how do the animals react to it? I mean, the animals don't know what's going on, and it gets dark, and maybe they try to go to sleep, or if they're nocturnal, maybe they come out. So, just the whole phenomenon.
So, and then the animals, how about if the animals, like for example, what should we expect in the parks?
Well, like I said, I don't really know, but I think the animals, they act as if it's nighttime, even if it's daytime, and they do whatever behavior that they do. But yeah, I don't have any expertise beyond that about the animals.
Okay, the very exact time when this very eclipse is going to take place, do you see the entire place turn like a little bit dark and then?
Yeah, so it doesn't get dark like nighttime, it gets dark like twilight. Maybe it's going to seem as if it's 20 or 30 minutes after the sun went down, and it will just very suddenly, very quickly, in just a few minutes or a few seconds, it will get dark like that, and then when it's over, it will get light again.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, that is Aaron, a very experienced man in the eclipse adventure. And of course, we shall be bringing you more of the stories from Pakwach in the subsequent bulletins. I'm Sudil Biaruhanga in Pakwach at Murchison Falls National Park.